Hi y'all, welcome to my channel, and in today's video I am inviting you along as I show you our new homeschool routine. So stay tuned. Okay, well, if you are new, welcome to my channel, Pursuing Peace. My name is Dina, and I'm a homeschooling mama of 5 kiddos, 10 and under, almost 11 and under. And on this channel, I share my passions for Christ, for homeschooling, and for encouraging mamas in their faith and in this amazing season of motherhood. So if you'd like to join me on this journey, then click the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click the little bell icon so you get notified whenever new videos pop up. You can also follow us over on Instagram at Dina_Pursuing Peace. All right, you guys, well, I'm excited to show you our new homeschool routine for the 2024-2025 homeschool year. It is right in the middle of October. Well, we're on October 10th today, and we've been doing our homeschool routine for a little, gosh, a month, maybe 2 months. 2 months at this point, where I started in August, in the beginning of August, and we slowly started building our routine to figure out what works for us. And it actually is going really well. I am super excited. Our schedule seems pretty good. Guys, this is my, I don't know, 7th year homeschooling, and I finally feel like we've got a rhythm. So if this is like your first or second or third year homeschooling, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I still feel like our days are chaos, don't worry, it's okay. It happens, and we go through seasons, and this is gonna work for us for this year, and it might not work next year, just depending on where my kids are. You know, a lot of my kids are older now, so they can do things more independently, as you'll see later on in the video. So, but what we have done so far in the morning is I get up, I take a shower, I get my coffee, and I have my Bible study time and my prayer time in the morning before they kind of start to wake up. Some of them kind of wake up earlier, but then they go off and do their own thing, and then I have my time with the Lord, which is very important to me and very important for me to start my day that way. And then I do my like 5-minute cleanups, which if you want to know more about that and how we kind of keep our house tidy, it's not clean, it's tidy, and it's manageable. If you want to know more about that, I'll leave a video linked down in the description. This is a video from maybe like 3 years ago, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. But my kids are younger then, but I pretty much do the exact same thing. So I'll leave that in the description down below. And then we eat breakfast, we do our memory verse and Bible time as a family, kind of like a smaller Bible time-ish during breakfast, because we do our bigger Bible time here, more of our deep dive study during our symposium or our morning basket. And then we do our individual, we call them jurisdictions, but they're basically like cleaning zones. So each child has a different zone that they clean, and I clean up the kitchen, you know, the dishes and all of that after breakfast. And then we go on to our school day. And I really like to start right around 9 o'clock. It is already not 9 o'clock today because it's just, filming a video is just takes that little bit of extra time. So we are not starting on time today, and we don't start on time a lot of the days. Sometimes, very rarely, we actually start early. Sometimes, most of the time, we'll start maybe 5 to 15 minutes late, and I compensate for that during our symposium time. So, all right, so we are gonna go ahead and get started, and they are ready with their binders, sitting down, and they are super excited. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, they are super excited to be in this video because they said all summer long I did videos and I didn't have them in my videos, and they were, except for a couple of times, and they were like in the bloopers or something like that. They were super bummed, so that's why they decided to have a little parade at the beginning of the video. Because they were super excited to be in this one. So, kids victory. Yes, kids victory, that's what they call it. Anyway, all right, so we are going to go ahead and jump in and get started with our routine. Okay, for those of you who saw my morning basket video, you saw this, I went through this. This is our schedule for our symposium time or our morning basket time. I did change it up. This is for term 2, which is the next like 6 weeks of our term. This is gonna take us all the way to Christmas. I changed it up just a little bit this year because the one that I have the video for is for last year. So I'm just gonna kind of leave this here and you can go back. I did put in 15 minutes of Bible time and I'll show you why in just a second. I changed up our subject looped, kind of a loop thing here again, and just kind of, you know, changing it up as we go, seeing what is important during that season. So the first thing that we do when we come over for this year is we are learning, or at least for the semester, we are learning Psalm 23. So I'm gonna ask our robot, Alexa, set a daily feast timer for 25 minutes.
That's from the Wild Robot.
Yeah, that's from the Wild Robot. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch the Wild Robot. It's super good.
Videos.
Did y'all like the Wild Robot?
Yeah. I love it.
The
Lord is my shepherd.
I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me in the paths of still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
All right, so let's sing our hymn. Ready?
Orange hymn?
Yep, our orange hymn. Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see.
And fast I gather bit by bit the scattered driftwood, beach and dry. The wild waves reach their hands for it.
More than 1,000 years ago, hundreds of Arab and Persian merchants made the great journey along the famous Silk Road from the Middle East all the way across Asia to China. Arab warriors also traveled to China to help the Chinese emperors fight their enemies. Others sailed to China by sea. Many never returned to their homeland. And then how we can pray for the Hui people. So we can ask God that many Hui people will learn about Jesus through the Bible and through radio and audio and television programs and the internet. So it's Thursday. Adeline, can you pray for the Hui? That they would know about Jesus? It's time for memory work. So we're on week 5. Egyptian. Get your marker out. Good. Egyptian Empire, Nile River, Delta to the sea. The Nile River curving down to Africa, you see. Upper Egypt in the south, Lower Egypt in the north. Egyptian Empire east of the Mediterranean Sea. Egypt! And we got that again. We get our geography songs from CC Happy Mom, and I will leave her channel linked down below. So from here we just move on to the rest of our CC memory work. And if you want to get more of a detailed overview of what we do during our morning basket, then I will leave our morning basket video linked down below in the description box. We kind of do the same things. We have fun and we sing songs along with our CC memory work, and the little one gets up and jumps around and all of the things. So that's fine as long as they are saying the words with their mouths. And then we just do some different flashcards. These are multiplication flashcards, but we also have like Greek alphabet flashcards and doubles edition flashcards. And it just depends on how much time we have, if we can get through all of them. Okay, next they are going to just grab whatever they want to color. We are going to listen to a podcast. This is Real Cool History for Kids, and I learned about this podcast from Lindsay over at Driven by Grace. I'm going to leave her Instagram linked down below because she's got a lot of great ideas, especially if you do CC or if you're learning about ancient history this year. So,
I know.
She had this where I had you can print out all of the episodes in chronological order, which is good for us. So we are going to listen to episode 29, Crash, There Goes the Roman Empire.
Ooh. I know what the description is.
You're following the
This is
music.
Angela Odell, and you are listening to Real Cool History for Kids, a podcast show featuring history told from a distinctly biblical worldview perspective.
And as the kids listen to the podcast, well, all of us listen to the podcast, I am going to work on we call them our checklists for the 3 big kids, because the 3 big kids are the ones who can read really well. And they are old enough that they have a lot of independent work that they do. So each day I go through and I write out the things that they need to get done for the day. I got this idea from Sarah Mackenzie. She calls them spiral notebooks. And I will leave, I think I can find the podcast. She recently did it again. So I think I can find the podcast of her talking about these spiral notebooks, how it was a game changer in her homeschool. And it was definitely a game changer in our homeschool also, because the kids just have to go to their checklist. They don't have to come and ask me, Mom, what do I need to do? Or Mom, what's next? And while I work with the little kids, they can just do that. And so it's really, really helpful. A lot of the times I will try to do this the night before or the morning of, but sometimes I just don't get to it. So we have these little times within our symposium where we're all listening to something, or the kids are doing like a wiggle time. It gives me 5 minutes where I can just go through and do this. For the most part, it's the same every day, but I like to write it down every day because it does change depending on if we're going to co-op, or depending on if we have horseback riding lessons, or just different things like that we're doing throughout the day. So sometimes I'll use the same list twice, but most of the times I just write it down that morning.
To belong to the empire, but had been lost. This increased the size of the empire, and soon the Byzantine Empire was the leading power in the world. He also increased taxes, though, and that didn't make very many people happy.
I mean,
Justinian also worked to remove corruption from the government. One of his most famous achievements was the Code of Justinian. Shortly after becoming emperor, Justinian ordered the laws of the empire to be written down. This would be a good way to make sure.
So the next thing we have is wiggle time, and I'm going to let them go and they do like a brain break on YouTube for about 5 minutes. And then the next thing we have is Bible. Now we are ahead in our Bible, so we're not going to do it today, but I wanted to show it to you guys because, guys, this is one of my favorite things that we have. One of our newer curriculums this year. And this is by Lindsay over at Driven by Grace. Again, I will leave her Instagram and the link for this down in the description box. It is so good, y'all. It is so good. We are loving it. Are you liking our Bible?
Yes.
Yeah, it is so good. And I love, we've got the memory verse. We've taken our Bible reading. We've got, not the memory verse, memory sentence that goes along with our CC. But again, you don't have to be a part of CC to get to do this. Yes. We take out our Bibles and we read these. And then I love this additional learning here. We've watched all of these videos. We've read these books. And we go through, and as they color on coloring sheets that is provided by Lindsay, she has a whole activity book for the kids. You can go through and read. And guys, this has really been, at first I thought this was going to be a lot of reading, but is it interesting, guys? What do you think about the reading?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I love
It's really good, guys, and it's like theologically accurate. It's biblically accurate. Like, it's so good. She did such a wonderful job.
And then we watch YouTube videos after that from this.
Right, and they're really, really cool videos. I really like it. And then sometimes she'll have this, like, interesting facts about rainbows, you know, so that goes into science. We'll do review questions, which I kind of turn this into a game. I give them like Skittles or something like that if they can answer these questions correctly. And it's just kind of a fun way to do that. And then we go through like application, and it just brings out such good discussion. Just such great discussion. She gives you kind of a lesson plan here, but we don't really follow that. We try to get everything done. Like, they've watched Superbook a bazillion times, so sometimes they don't want to watch it again. But like, we just go through every day for 15 minutes. So we'll just start at the beginning and work our way through. And we are actually ahead of the game, so we're not going to do it today. But I definitely wanted to show this to you because it is one of my absolute favorite things. So thank you so much, Lindsay, for all of your hard work on this. It is paying off. I also wanted to mention that Lindsay is so generous, and she is offering my subscribers a 15% discount for the rest of the 2024 year. So you can use this discount up to December 31st of 2024. It's 15% off, and the code is Pursuing Peace. This specific curriculum is From Creation to Moses. Volume 2 is like a lot of the Old Testament, and then Volume 3 covers the Gospels and the New Testament. So depending on what you want to learn, you can pick and choose whichever one you want. You can also get activity books for your kids for the different ones. She also offers a digital version if you'd like to just print it out on your own printer. That's perfectly fine also. So however you want to use it, you can go to her shop and use it. Again, the code is Pursuing Peace. And just thank you so much, Lindsay, for your generosity. And I can't tell you how much I am happy to share this curriculum with all of my subscribers. I know you guys are going to enjoy it. Okay, as they're trying to figure out their brain breaks, it takes about 5 minutes to like 10 minutes. So, but today is Thursday. So today we are going to do Read Aloud Revival or No Sweat Nature Study, but we don't have a video to watch this week. So we are going to do RAR Premium. Let's see. There we go. We have not started our October book club. They have, because it's October 10th, but we have not. So I am going to go here. We are going to go over our vocabularies first and then read Because Barbara. And then we'll go ahead and watch the, oh gosh, it's a 16-minute video. It's usually a lot shorter than that, but I think we have time to do that. We'll go ahead and do that. So here is the Family Book Club, and the vocabulary, oh, it said page 11. So it's right here. I'm just gonna kind of go through these with them because they are in the book, and then we'll get started. Something that I like doing also during their wiggle time is I prep whatever I need to have here, and then I see what book I want to read from our book list, from our CC book list. So then I need to come over here, memory work, and then I actually have this book list. It's fairly new, and I'll link this down below also. Again, I got this from Lindsay at Driven by Grace. I'm telling you, go to her blog. She's got so many things that are so great. So we're on week 5. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one of these, and we will pick one of these and read that during our 10-minute cuddle up time. All right, so we're just going to talk about vocabulary words real quick that we are going to see in this book. Exactly, yes. So the first one is witch hazel. Does anyone know what witch hazel is?
It's like a plant or a tree, I'm guessing.
Yes, a shrub of eastern North America with toothed, egg-shaped leaves and small yellow flowers.
Yeah.
No wonder it's called
interesting, huh?
witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it a witch?
I don't think it's an actual witch. What about wisp? Wisp.
Like a wisp of smoke or fog.
That's good. Yes, and we do use it like that.
A wisp, like a wave.
A
Like
will o'
no,
wisp.
not a will of a wisp. Yeah, but in this case, it's a small, thin person, or typically a child. So Emily is a little wisp.
So
This precious wisp.
Well, that reminds me of the will o' the wisp.
Am I a wisp?
Yep.
Because Barbara Cooney paints her world. Story by Sarah Mackenzie. Pictures by Eileen Ryan.
She's barefoot.
Oh, look at these end papers.
Why do you like them so much?
Well, these end papers are beautiful.
Do you think?
They look kind of real.
Yeah, it looks like you.
It does, right?
Mom, for some reason I have
Eileen Ryan Ewan did a good job.
Mom, do you remember in A Little More Beautiful by Sarah Mackenzie? She had like something in every page. Oh, the cat's in every page of the book. So I'm wondering if
she's gonna have something.
If something's gonna be in every.
When she was a wisp of a girl, Barbara Cooney spent her summers in Maine. Among colorful sprays of wildflowers, sparkling waves of the ocean, and salty sea air, Barbara noticed everything. At home in New York, she watched her mother paint. "You try, Barbara," her mother encouraged. Her mother urged. And because Barbara did whatever she set her mind to, she painted. But alone in her room, the colorful sprays of wildflowers and sparkling waves of the ocean didn't show up on the page. Not yet. Oh, to paint like Mama, thought Barbara. Barbara still loved to paint, so she decided to become an illustrator. And because Barbara did whatever she set her mind to, she began illustrating books for children.
Now she's one.
Yeah. The publishers, however, wouldn't let her use color. "It's too expensive to print, Barbara," they told her. "We don't know if anyone will buy your books yet. You'll have to prove yourself first." But my heart and soul are in color, thought Barbara. One autumn day, as Barbara gathered witch hazel in the woods, she passed a little barn. The sun, low in the sky, shone through the doorway, setting a golden stage for a flock of chickens.
There were so many things I just couldn't stand to leave out of the story. They didn't really work in the hero's journey, but they were really interesting. So I turned those into back matter. Flip to the back of your book, and you will see a lot of back matter. This is all interesting tidbits that I found in my research about Barbara Cooney that didn't necessarily fit into the hero's journey, but I just wanted the reader to know it because I knew you'd want to know it.
I cannot tell you how much we love RAR Premium. If you have not joined it, I highly recommend it. It is so much fun, and we get to read good books and just spend time together as a family, and it's just so worth it. So I will leave the link down in the description box if you'd like to check it out. Okay, so we finished Symposium. The next thing for Abby is IEW. Solomon has IEW, and Aubrey will take the two little ones and do circle time and snack time with them. Okay, so these two do IEW together, and the computer, it works well as far as sound, is the one in my room. So we are in my room. So this is IEW, and I go, actually not files, I'm going over to video stream. So I log into my IEW, and then here we've got
week 7.
Structure and style, week 7. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Sometimes we tried to do it like keep up with the same weeks, but it was getting a little bit too hard. So we just kind of start where we're at and we just keep going. So
A possum.
Well, welcome to our class number 7. I believe it's 7.
Yes.
Is that what you got? Number 7?
No, I think it's 6.
Yeah, we're ticking them off. We're doing pretty well. We're
7.
getting close to a third of the way there.
This is another one of our new favorite things in our homeschool. My 2 older ones are going through structure and style, level 1A, I think it's what it's called. And it is so just, I don't know, it's just fun. It's neat. We love watching the videos with Andrew Pudewa. He is hilarious. My kids think he's so funny. I think he's hilarious. And it was neat because we actually got to see him at the Great Homeschool Convention in Texas this summer. And so it's neat. My kids kind of have a little, not a connection, but like a, you know, they're like, oh, cool, I saw him, you know. So one of the blessings from not having a CC community this year, there have been a lot of disadvantages, but one of the advantages is that we actually get to do structure and style with Andrew Pudewa as the instructor for my kids, and I get to learn so much on how he teaches the kids and how patient he is, and just how slow he goes also, because sometimes I tend to go a little bit fast with the kids and expect them to pick it up right away. And now I'm learning, okay, I don't need to do that. It's okay to go slow. I'm also watching the teaching writing curriculum that's specifically for teachers. So like homeschool mamas, or if, you know, they're a classroom teacher. And he teaches that also. And it's a video series. And that's kind of basically teaching us how to teach this. And so next year, if we were able to join a CC community, I will be helping the kids a lot more. And so I'm so glad that I was able to sit under, if you will, the master. Sit under his tutelage for a year. And while we're doing this, the 3 younger girls are doing circle time with Aubrey. She's the one that's teaching them right now. She's doing the alphabet and sign language, and it's so neat to be able to just let them go off and do circle time. And then she does different things with them, and sometimes it gets to the point where it's like, okay, we're just going to do a tablet and we're going to watch something educational like Magic School Bus or Super Y or Little Einsteins or something like that that maybe we don't normally watch anymore on a daily basis, because my kids are older. So I like that the little ones still get to see some of those things, even though it's not something that's on our television all the time anymore. So the kids are finishing up their paper. About 11:15 is when we usually stop IEW and circle time and move on. And so then they know, okay, put it wherever they're at, they put it all away. But then they're done, and then they continue to go and mark off their checklists. And then we move on to the next thing, which is their spelling. All right. It's time for little ones to do school. And Aubrey, it's time for you to go get your spelling, okay? Okay. So now as the 3 older ones go off and do their spelling, we use Phonetic Zoo with IEW, and so they can do that on their own. I sit and I do school with the 2 little ones. So I've got my preschooler on one side, and then I've got my 1st grader on the other side. And what I always like to start off with are these YouTube videos from The Good and the Beautiful. They are just so peaceful, and it's just a perfect way to start the school day with my little ones.
Up in the tree is a honey hive. H says honey hive. H says.
Let's look at the G.
Mine.
Okay, so let me see. You're gonna point to,
Mom, what do I do?
point to the letter C, uppercase C. See these up here?
Yes,
And you
2 feet.
point to letter C.
Do I color the tree, Mama?
Yep.
Sit. Sit.
C, uppercase C. What does C say? As I'm doing preschool with her, my first grader, as you can see, is doing her handwriting. And I love this time because it is peaceful, because all of my other kids are in different places and they are doing stuff on their own with headphones on. And so it is so peaceful during this little section of the day.
All right, get your apple out. A says like apple. A says like apple. A says like apple. D says like donut. D says like donut.
E. That's right.
All right. E says like elbow. E says like
And like
elbow.
elephant.
That's right.
And like
elbow.
like Elvis.
Like Elvis. That's
Who
right.
is Elvis?
Like Elvis. Here's a glimpse of what my other three are doing. So they have their headphones on and they're each sitting at a computer or a tablet, and I've downloaded the Phonetic Zoo onto our Google Drive. So they each have access to it on their device, and they do it, and this is another one of the things that I have loved so far in our homeschool, one of the newer things. And again, it makes for a peaceful, maybe about 20-ish minutes. It's pretty peaceful in the house. Unless my little ones, of course, are not having a great school day. Right, so we are done with that lesson. The last bit of that lesson was for her to
Stamp.
just to do whatever she wanted to do with these H's, and she decided she wanted to stamp with those, I don't know, like bingo thing.
The stamp.
What are they called? I can't remember what, do-a-dot markers. Yeah, do-a-dot stamp things. So she wants to go ahead and stamp those. She likes to do it rainbow colored, right?
Yeah.
Good.
No, this
Good.
is-
And then I'm about to work on this with my first grader. These two apparently have finished their spelling, IEWs. So they come and bring this to me so I can check it and make sure that all of their words are spelled correctly. And with IEW, if they get 100% 2 days in a row, they can move on to the next lesson. So Solomon, maybe not. Okay, he got 13. Okay, so I get mixed up because they go at their own pace, so I can't remember who's on what lesson. But yeah, so he got 13 out of 15, which is good. And he just keeps working and he keeps making progress.
And guess
So
how
good.
much I got.
And then how much did you get? Let me see. 100%. Is this day 2 of 100%?
Yep.
Good. And this was only lesson 2, but it was the I and the E, like I and what is it? I before E, except after C.
As in cockatiel, grievous, and deceit. Watch the few exceptions.
That's right. So there's deceptions. I told her this I and E thing, like that's a hard one. So
Sometimes grown-up can't spell.
yeah, sometimes grown-ups can't even do it. So she's been working on this, gosh, for a few weeks, right?
For a few months.
No, not months, because this is lesson 2.
I know, but...
So, but like maybe a month, at least a month.
Yeah, like September.
Yeah, at least a month. But she has been doing it, and she's been working hard. And it's her second day for 100%, so she gets to move on to lesson 3. Tomorrow, yeah, that's
Mom,
right.
I
Good
don't think I
job.
could read this one.
Well, I'm not asking you to read that one. I'm asking you to read this first one. All right. And see, they just come over and check off their list and then go do what they have to do next. Easy peasy. Okay, so my first grader, how old are you, Adeline?
6.
You are 6. 6.5, really. Her birthday's in December. So she's 6.5. And she is doing really good in her reading. But the book was going a little bit too fast, so we slowed down. It was this level K book from The Good and the Beautiful down here. So we slowed down just a little bit, and now we are working on these blending. And we are working on these beginner books.
They're the
box
best.
A. You like these?
Yeah, they're the best. They're so easy to read.
That's good. That's a good sign. They weren't as easy when we first started it.
Yeah, but now I
But unfortunately, The Good and the Beautiful doesn't sell these anymore, but they do sell like kindergarten books. So, and we do have those, but I just really love these. These helped my boy when he also struggled with the beginning parts of reading and blending the words together and all of that. We kind of go through these and then we'll read one of these books, and that will be her language arts. I think she's getting pretty close to going and moving on to level B, and maybe even moving on once we can get past, I think it was, I can't remember which card it was that it said in that level. It says, oh, maybe it's this one. Let's see. Once we get past, I think it was card 11. I can't remember, but in level K, it'll tell you, you know, on the lesson, like, don't do this lesson until your child can master all the way up to this level card or this number card. And that's where we stopped, because I was like, oh, she is having a little bit more trouble. So I didn't want to move on until she was ready, which is totally fine. She's 6 years old, but...
and my next birthday, I'm going to turn 7.
That's right.
7.
She's going to turn 7. But she is making progress, right? Practice makes what?
Progress.
Progress, and that's all we want. That's all we want. All right, let's go ahead and read these.
X, fix. It, fit. It, no, fin.
Okay, and we just go through and I just kind of pick a book from here at random. Sometimes I'll just go in order, but then sometimes she drops them and they get out of order, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I read them at nappy time when she's asleep, so I stay up and
You do, you still nap, right? That's
and
good.
when I turn 5, I'm almost not going to sleep.
I know, when do we stop napping?
When I'm 6.
When you're 6, that's right. And you're doing such a good job in your naps.
And then I mix them up because I want to read multiple ones that I read before, that I know how to read and they're easier.
Okay, so we're going to read this. She does read these during her 15 minutes of reading. And then in here they have sight words.
Ta-da!
Which is really good. Can you read the sight words for me?
Yes. I, O, C,
Good.
snow. It is a red fox.
Good. All right, so she is still working on her H. Sometimes when we don't have this for her to kind of be occupied with, I will have her do a page of her, what is this? Of her handwriting. So I'll have her do that while I'm working with my first grader. That's right.
And
so
I
we
have
just
a cute
finished.
book.
Yeah, that's right. We just finished.
doggy book.
We just finished our language arts stuff, and now we are gonna go on to math. All right, big girl, can you count from 20 to 40, please?
20, 30.
No, 20, 20.
29, 28.
No. 20,
21,
good.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Count by fives, okay?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Good.
So he's 30.
Here's 30 cents, that's right.
30
Okay.
cents.
All right, looks like this one finished.
I don't like my
So she brings it to me, and I
You look
check
at the
it.
pictures.
So we skip, so right now, like Solomon's doing type C, but yesterday she did type C. So today it's her turn for handwriting. So we do every other week. So good. All right, so I go through and I just check this real quick. Good. Can you put the date up here for me?
So it's 10,
10, 24, that's right. Okay, so we only have 2 computers. Pay no attention to the computer on the other side of the desk. We have not set that up yet. We need to find a place for it in the house. And then we'll have 3 computers, which is nice because then they can all do their typing on their own. They have loved this online typing program. So it's just been really good for our homeschool. Abigail has a timer on her tablet and she is working on her math. I told her just do math for 30 minutes and wherever you're at, just stop and then pick it up the next day where you're at and just keep going for 30 minutes. And then Aubrey is working on her piano practice. The 3 big ones also have piano lessons and so she's just kind of working on that. And here's the Bluey theme song. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
25.
So as my older ones are off doing what they need to be doing, I just finish up math with my 1st grader and then she is done.
To go fight.
It's time.
Snacks.
That's right. It's time for you and Adeline to go outside. You can grab a little snack, just a little one, okay? And then go outside for 15 minutes. So these little ones, they tend to not want to go outside, and it is starting to get a little bit cooler. So I'm making them go outside for 15 minutes. You know this.
Hey, no I don't.
Yes, you do.
You usually do 5 words.
No, we do 15 minutes. But you know what? Then you stay out longer because you like it. So the little ones have finished up here. Now it's time for me to read with my boy. He actually go get the right one. He actually finished before, and so what's nice about these checklists is I could tell him, okay, is there anything else you can do on this checklist while I finish up with the little ones? Is there anything else you can do on your own? Because he's like, all right, Mom, it's time to do something else, or it's time to do something with you. And I can say, okay, well, go do something else. Like he was about to copy chart A from Essentials from CC. So so that's what I love about these checklists is that I can be like, well, I need a little bit more time. Go do something else for right now. So, but it's time for us to read together, right?
Right.
I love this part. I really do love this part where I just get a chance to sit. And now that the little ones are outside playing, this has been more of a peaceful time for us where we can just sit and read together. And these books are so good, From the Good and the Beautiful Level 3. They're just so good. So this is a precious time. Okay, so I'm still reading with Solomon, but Aubrey has finished all of her things. So she's gonna pull out her language arts and her math, and she's going to start doing some of the independent practice until I can get over to her. Go for it. Okay, so we just finished our chapter, so now he's going to go grab his math and meet me at the table.
No, I did that wrong. There.
Abigail has finished her math, and now she is moving on to her language arts. And she said that she needed help, so I will help her real quick. Okay, so just like I had the 2 little ones next to me, I'm gonna have the 2 bigger ones next to me. And Aubrey is working on her math. And I will be doing a math lesson with Solomon. These usually don't take us very long, unless it has a game. And then we play the game. And we like to play the game.
I love games.
Yeah. So, and the little girls are outside. That's one of the reasons too that I like to have them outside, is it gives us a little bit of quiet in here. So I actually like this math number 3 a little bit better than number 2. But I like up here, it tells us what materials we need. So Solomon is actually off gathering those different things that we need while I am here to help Aubrey if she needs help.
I need help.
Okay, what do you need help with? Okay, so now it's time for me to sit with my 4th grader and my 3rd grader. And I have my 3rd grader, which is Aubrey. She does her independent practice first. I do need to help her, as you could see. I do need to help her a little bit with it sometimes. But she does that independent practice for math and independent practice for language arts, while I work on math with my boy. He just needs the lesson. The lessons in level 3 of Math with Confidence have been actually quite short, which I appreciate. A lot shorter than level 2, so that's been really nice. And they're fun. We have a good time together, and this time tends to be peaceful also, just a shorter peaceful, but but it does tend to be more peaceful because we have little ones outside. I gotta tell you guys, forcing them to go outside is one of the better decisions that I've made in my entire life. Because they do actually have fun, but they do get messy, so I exchange peaceful for might be a little bit of a mess later on to clean up. Yes, and this is snack time for Mama a lot of the time when I'm sitting here, or if I'm sitting with my 2 little ones earlier, I will usually have some sort of snack as I'm teaching them. And it's nice to have them each there where I can just help both of them. Sometimes we will have them if they really need to concentrate, but I'm helping another child. We have noise canceling headphones that they can wear, but sometimes they don't need it. Like today, they don't really need it. And so while I really enjoy this setup right here, it is kind of mentally taxing sometimes because you are helping 2 kids at once. And so sometimes that can be hard because I'm going from one thing to another pretty quickly. But it's also teaching them that they need to wait sometimes, so that's been really nice. All right, so Solomon won. Yay, good game, Bubs, good game. So Solomon won, so he just needs to finish this. He's gonna do practice page. And then he already did this earlier. He does this early in the morning where he does his review for the day. So he just needs to finish this page, and then he's done with working with me, and he can move on to like whatever else you have left on your checklist, right?
I still need to do language arts, chart A, and piano.
Okay.
And reading. Okay. And showing you the checklist.
All right,
giving
go
Mama
for it.
a hug.
So he puts all of this stuff away for me, which is amazing and wonderful, and I love it. So all of this stuff right here, and the money too, okay? I left it out just in case we needed it, but we don't, so just put it away, okay? Okay, thank you, Bubs. All right, so now, now I just need to do the lesson portion with Aubrey, and then I'm done. And then you're done, and I am done for the day. As far as school. As far as school goes, right? But then I have to like feed these kids and stuff.
But then you have to feed us, and then me and Abby have to go to a book club.
So the last thing that I do as part of my school day is that I help my 1st grader. She's already done her independent work for language arts and math, so all we need to do really is the lesson. So here we're doing our 5 minutes of reading beforehand, and then we dive into the lesson. And then my other kids come and show me their chart A from CC Essentials, and I just kind of help them out with that and then move on. Good, 4, 6 are left. Oh goodness, come here. Oh, it looks like you have gloves on.
Maybe I do.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, you literally okay. Go wash your hands, please.
And change
go. And your legs.
Don't touch anything until you wash your hands.
All right, so he finished up here. So I just kind of check over it, and then he is done with with math. Good.
Now I have to do language arts because I didn't wake up early enough to do language arts today, which I almost did.
Oh, it's okay, pups. I'm sure you get it done quickly.
Wait, Mom.
All right, so go ahead and go do that, and I'm going to finish up here.
Wait, Mom.
Please don't touch anything. Solomon, can you turn on the water for her, please?
Emily has all this too everywhere.
Okay, well, she needs to wash up too. Oh my goodness.
What do you think?
I think you need to go wash your hands.
I think you need to take a bath. So 5?
Okay, I want you to make the number with those blocks. I want you to make the number 1,652. I do enjoy these little activities that The Good and the Beautiful has. They're so simple. So simple, but they help so much. Good job. All right, so I finished the lesson with her. She already did this because that's what she was doing earlier. So she's done.
Yay!
You are done, big girl. Go ahead and put it all. Not quite yet. Go ahead and put it all away, okay? And I know this is a long video, you guys, so if you have made it this far, put this emoji down in the comments. And good job for sticking in with us. Okay, so I am done with school. So normally what I do, it's about a little after 1 o'clock. We usually finish around 1 o'clock, and then I get lunch ready, and wherever they're at, the 3 big kids, wherever they're at in their school they stop, and then we do lunch. So for instance, Solomon, he has done, he just forgot to check this off, but he did math. He's almost done with language arts, and then he'll just kind of do this. But this is all stuff that he can do during like nap time and stuff on his own. And if we do anything else, like we go out on a field trip or something, then I don't really make them do any of that. Aubrey has done everything except reading. Reading we do save for nap time. So then the house is quiet while my little one is napping. And then I have them just write down what the title of the book is that they read. So yeah. Okay, so that is pretty much it. That is our schedule. What has helped us so much this year is that my 3 big kids can do a lot of stuff on their own, which is wonderful. And the checklists have helped so much. I got that idea from Sarah Mackenzie. She has I think it's a whole podcast talking about these checklists. I don't know if I can find it. I will try to find it. And if I can, I will link it down at the bottom. If not, it's Read Aloud Revival Podcast, and just type in checklists, spiral notebooks. That's what it is. It's spiral notebooks. And I try to get those done before the beginning of the day, but if I don't, I have that kind of wiggle room in there during symposium time, so I can do it then, so it works out just fine. All right, guys, well, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click the little icon so you know whenever new videos pop up. And let's be friends. Follow me over on Instagram at Dina_pursuing_peace. All right, you guys, well, I hope you're having a blessed day, and I will see you next time in another video. Bye-bye.
I want to say something. Bye-bye, Mama's followers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.